Hey everyone, JJB here, welcome you back to the Limited Base Stats Tournament. This has been a little series that's been going on the channel now for a little while. We've played our first 2 rounds of the tournament. If you guys haven't seen them, make sure to go back and check them out. There have been some really good battles. Fortunately, we are 2-0 up at the moment. We've won both of our rounds. So we're playing we're playing a guy today by the name of Skylord, who has also won both of his opening matches, I believe. So it should be quite a close game. Interesting to see what's going to happen. I have had a look back at one of his match replays so far, and I've got my little notebook where I've written on some of his movesets and his mons. So without further ado, let's just click challenge and hop right into the battle. Apparently he's not online. Sweet. Well, in that case then, I'm going to cut here and I will join you guys back when we are in the battle. Okay guys, so here we are with the battle. Like I said, it's against a guy called Skylord. Our team is, the same as what we saw in the last games. We're not allowed to change in between. So we've got the Frogadier, type Null, Nidoqueen, Medicham, Rotom and the Mightyena. And our opponent is rocking out with the Silvally, which I believe is a Steel type, Diggersby, Basculin, Slurpuff, Quagsire and the Monferno. Now like I said, I have been able to go back and watch one of this guy's previous battles. He's only played 1 round so far. I think he had a bye in the first round or something. So I've not got full movesets and I don't know full items or anything like that. So potentially going to be a bit interesting. I think I'm just going to lead with type Null for this first round, as he goes for the Monferno. Okay, now that's a bit unfortunate for us because obviously he has got the ability to go for something like a fake out, which isn't going to do us any good, but I am just going to swap straight out into Shazam to avoid that. And he goes close combat, which we're immune to, which is really nice. So I think what we're going to do here is go for a Will-O-Wisp. He's probably going to want to go out into hopefully the Diggersby or the Quagsire. Okay, that's unfortunate. It is a ground type, which will be immune to the electric type moves, so we do have to swap out here. And I think we're probably going to go out into 404. The Quagsire's going to cause us some problems. Ideally I wanted to get Toxic. No Scald Burn, which is nice. So looking at what I know its moveset is, I know it's got Haze, Scald and Recover. I'm going to click Swords Dance here. And he swaps out into the Monferno. Nice, okay. I think I'm just going to go for a return. I think we'll live a close combat. He's probably going to expect a swap out into the Rotom as well. Wouldn't be surprised at that. And he just does stay in and go for the close combat. Gets reduced defences and we're able to get off a huge return to KO the Monferno. Unfortunately that comes at a big chunk of our type Null's HP. And we see the Basculin now. I'm going to click return again. I think, judging by how much damage the close combat did, I think we can survive an attack from this, which we can. Get a big return off and KO the Basculin, which is really nice. Basculin was something I was very concerned about coming into this game. Because as I say, it's one of the fastest things out in the field. I think he's fairly forced to go for a quick attack now. So it would be possible to just go straight out into Shazam to avoid that. Although we might be able to take a quick attack. Oh, probably not. Let's see, do we think we need this for anything else? Potentially not. I think we'll go for the return, see what he goes for. He goes for knockoff, so that's to cover the Rotom switch, which is really nice. That's a good call from his end. So what do we want to go for then? I think we'll go out into Medicham, and I think we will go for a Drain Punch. His best bet's to go out into the Slurpuff now, I believe. So maybe we go Power Up Punch. Yeah, let's go Power Up Punch in case he does decide to swap. I imagine the Diggersby's probably going to be choiced in some way, and I would imagine I think the Basculin would be choice banded, that would make sense, and I think the Diggersby's probably choice scarfed. And I think we should live a knockoff. Yeah, and he does. Okay, so he goes out into the Quagsire. We get a power up punch off, which will boost up our attack really nicely, and we're fairly free to just go for a drain punch now. He goes for a haze, which is fine. We're in the kind of range now where we can just freely go for another power up punch, get the KO, and get our attack up to where it was before, which is nice. So in comes the Slurpuff. We're very free to just go for a bullet punch now. Does just over 50%. He gets his berry off, and he goes for the play rough. We do survive on a sliver, which is really nice. He's got the unburden boost now, so we do have to go for that bullet punch, which keeps him alive. He misses the play rough, which is huge. Oh, that's so unfortunate for our opponent. But it does allow us to get off another bullet punch into the Slurpuff slot. In comes Diggersby. Diggersby's going to have to go for well, something. He goes for the quick attack, and like we say, we think it's choiced, so I'm fairly free to go into the Rotom here. And I'm just going to fire off. He's going to have to swap out into his Silvally, so I think we can just go for a Volt Switch, which we can. And looking at the my notes, I can see that the Silvally's got Thunderbolt, Parting Shot, and multi-attack, which is Steel. So I think we'll go out into Nidoqueen here. And we're very free to just fire off an Earth Power. I feel like this should probably do okay. We got a crit there on the Volt Switch against the Silvally there, and he's just having a little little moan about it in the chat, which is understandable really. He's had a couple of bad hacks against him. So he goes for the Parting Shot, so it's going to reduce our offensive output, and we do get the Earth Power off on the Diggersby. It does, you know, a decent chunk of damage. I think I'm just going to click Earth Power again. Yeah, knockoff doesn't care, but he's very concerned about the swap into the Rotom. So he's keeping himself locked into the knockoff, get an EQ off, take out the Diggersby, and now it's his Silvally against the world. Need to get it to a point where it's a low enough HP that we can just bring in Froggo to do some damage. Multi-attack does KO, which is unfortunate. So I think we'll go out into Shazam now and just fire off some Thunderbolts. I don't think it... We know it's got a multi-attack, which is going to be Steel type. We know it's got Thunderbolt and Parting Shot. So unless it's got something that can do something to the Rotom, we should be able to just go through now and whittle it down with some damage. So yeah, it's just got multi-attack. So it's got nothing there that can really do anything against the Rotom. So we can just keep clicking Thunderbolt, and that will be the game. Awesome. So we do snag our first win. Like all the other rounds, it's still best of 3, so we do need to play a couple more games and hopefully snag another win. We've got, you know, 2 goes to get that right. So yeah, let's go home. Let's and let's accept his rematch. So same teams and everything, obviously. Just sending him another message. Okay, sweet. So what did he lead with the last time? He led with his Monferno. Type Null did a really good number for us earlier. Did some really useful stuff. I think we're going to lead with Nidoqueen this time. Do we lead Nidoqueen? Yeah, let's go Nidoqueen. He does lead the Diggersby, okay. So what do we want to go with? If he goes to EQ, he's going to KO Nidoqueen, which would be really bad. But I think he's got to be worried about the Rotom. I think I'm just going to go Earth Power. And he does go for the knockoff suite. So this should do about 50%. Yeah, just over. And he is obviously locked into that now. So we're free to either go for another attack, or we could set up our rocks. He might swap out to try and preserve the Diggersby. What would his answer be here? Probably the Quagsire. Yeah, he's going to have to do it. I've gone for the Earth Power there anyway, just because, you know, why not? We should outspeed. Scald won't KO, so I think we're free to just go for another Earth Power. If we can just keep firing off the Earth Powers, we should be putting on some good pressure. Quite surprised that Nidoqueen's doing nicely here. It tended to just be something that we've sacked off in the other games. Can just go for Earth Power again. If the Quagsire's stuck here just going for you know, recovers and things, it's not really going to be doing too much, and eventually we might get a crit or something, which he's just kind of inviting if he doesn't, you know, do anything. If he just sits there, he's basically just, you know, increasing the chances of getting crit. So he's just going to keep recovering. What have I got PP wise? I've got 11 left, his recover's got 13. I think I'm going to go for a Stealth Rock this time, as he recovers up. I don't think a Scald will KO, so the thinking here is that we can just... yeah, it doesn't KO. It does get a burn though, which is unfortunate. So it means we've only got one more turn of this, and it means the Quagsire is probably going to heal up. So I think what we'll do is we'll Earth Power just to make sure that it doesn't have you know, a huge amount of HP. And that's really unfortunate. We get Rocks up though, which is always nice. It's got Damp, Water Absorb or Unaware. Oh, it's going to be bulky as well. Quagsire could really give us problems. I think if we go to this and just fire off a big Drain Punch. Oh, we get a crit. That's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate for him. I've just sent him a message of apology because there's no way that was KOing. No way that was going to KO. That's very unfortunate for our opponent. The Quagsire was going to give me big problems. So yeah, he's just sending some messages berating all the hacks that's gone against him, which is, you know, it's fair enough. It's all been pretty one-sided so far. So yeah, let's see what he wants to go into. Diggersby's probably his best bet. And now that we have got rid of the Quagsire as well, we're fairly free to just start setting up with type Null at the right opportunity. So yeah, let's see. I know this guy likes to calc, do his damage calcs, so I imagine he's probably running some stuff now to try and work out what, you know, what the best things for him to do now is. So yeah, so basically the plan now is we need to try and get type Null in at some point. He does go into the Basculin. We've got a Thunder Punch. I'm going to click it. Liquidation crits us back. Alright, well that's fair enough. He deserves something at some point. Okay, well let's go type Null now. And let's set up a Swords Dance. Goes out into the Monferno, which means he's sort of got to go for a Fake Out on this turn, I imagine. He goes Close Combat, we know that doesn't KO. And we know that this return is going to KO the Monferno. He said in the chat that the Basculin KO was a roll, if not a crit. Superpower doesn't KO. That was clutch though. That was very clutch. Type Null is such a beast, man. I thought the superpower there would have us. Diggersby comes in. I'm just going to click return. Type Null's sort of done what it needs to do. It's broken through some of the scarier things. He has to go for knockoff. Potentially quite scary now, actually. Potentially in a bad way. If we go into Froggo, can Froggo take a... Can it take a knockoff? I don't think it can. We have absolutely garbage defences. This could be GG to our opponent now. He withdraws and goes out into the Silvally. How much does a Surf do? Oh, nowhere near enough. Let's pivot out into Shazam, because we're expecting that Thunderbolt. And I'm going to fire off a Will-O-Wisp on this turn. So he goes out into the Slurpuff, okay? And we get the burn on that. I was hoping he'd go out into the Diggersby, but unfortunately not. Let's just fire off a Thunderbolt. I don't know what the Slurpuff has for us. I know it's got Play Rough, Sticky Web and Thunderbolt. And with that moveset, I'm not sure what it can really do to the Rotom, unless it's got anything else. It could have something else, you know, never mind. So yeah, let's see what he's going to stay in and do. We get the big Thunderbolt off. It did 55%. Play Rough's going to do nothing because of the burn. Get some recovery with leftovers, and we're fairly free now to just go for another T-Bolt. Play Rough misses. Slurpuff needs to get some glasses. it's not got good vision, man. He's not happy in the chat. Not happy in the chat. Sweet. So Diggersby comes in. I think it's forced to go for a knockoff. So I'm going to go out into Doggo. Yeah, Doggo can take that. And I think now then we just go for an Ice Fang. The Silvally resists all of our stuff. I think we'll just go Crunch. Yeah, it takes some rock damage. Crunch brings it down into a range where it's going to die to another one. We get our Moxie boost up, and that's going to be GG, because whatever the Diggersby goes for, Rotom's going to be in, like, Rotom can take. If he goes knockoff, Mightyena survives. If he goes, you know, Earthquake or Quick Attack or anything, the Rotom can wall it. So we'll click Crunch again, we survive, and get the KO, nice. So yeah, that is going to be GG to our opponent. Pretty chuffed with that. It was a lot of hacks on our end, which unfortunately makes the game a little bit disappointing. You know, not as nice as it probably could have been. But what is good is that, you know, we do snag the win, which is the most important thing. That moves us to 3-0 in the tournament, which, you know, I'm very proud of. I think that means we're definitely going to top cut at this stage. I think there's only 4 rounds. So yeah, pretty chuffed with that. And yeah, I feel like we've got very lucky with hacks there, but, you know, that's what happens. It's part of the game. So yeah. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You'll be able to catch up on, you know, all of the previous games, as well as keep up to date with the rest of this tournament. Hopefully we can go all the way. I've got a good feeling about the team, especially Doggo. He's coming through in the last couple of games. But yeah, all that's left for me to say is thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.